Good evening. So I'm in a car park here called Llysfaen, something like that. Llysfaen, which is just there. I've just had a rather shocking trip to the BMW dealership, where the service and advisories has costed me an insane, absolutely bonkers amount of money. I've had the most expensive month of my entire life, I think, this month, and it's put me in a really bad mood. Along with the cost of living, it's just absolutely horrendous. It's just unbelievable. You know, I don't have a car on finance, I don't have any debts or loans, and it's just bonkers, absolutely just indescribable. Anyway, so this is the nearest hill on Kev's miners list to the BMW dealership, Sytner, Newport. So we parked here, and I thought I'd try and make amends of what's been an unpleasant afternoon into a more pleasant one. Bring you back in a minute and explain about the walk. So we are doing the second least high, or second smallest hill is probably a better way of speaking, on the miners list, which is 40 of the best hills in South Wales. This is Craig Llysfaen. So this is just the big hill you can see up from Cardiff, and it starts really nicely with this really lovely woodland, actually, to be fair. I didn't realise until watching the miners list videos how much lovely forestry there is around Cardiff. I don't actually like Cardiff that much. I don't like big cities really as I've got older, but it's meant to, the summit here, or the summit, the top, is meant to provide really nice views of Cardiff, like a really good Cardiff panorama. So at the moment I'm just really enjoying the woodland. It's quite peaceful, which is what's needed really after today. So going to follow on along this really well made track, and we'll bring you back shortly. It's just going to be a very short video today. Right, so we've done a little bit of a climb. There's some interesting flora along here, which is quite pleasant. Some nice stuff. So I was met with this junction. I wasn't sure whether we proceed up here and it's the next turning, or if it's this one, and I think it's this one, the first main turning. Now, a tip for anyone who's sort of completely new to walking and you're unsure, always look at the opposite side. So the opposite side, there's an intersecting path, and the junction further up, there is no intersecting path from the opposite side on the map. So just a silly little tip, but it's one that can actually be quite helpful. So rather than just focusing on the direction you're going in, if you're a bit unsure, have a look at the opposite side and see what's going on there and if that marries up with the map. So little rocky woodland path going up through here, and I'm hoping that if this is the wrong path, I'm going to look really stupid now, aren't I? So hopefully this is the path that goes through some forest, and then eventually we break out of that forest up onto open land that goes up to the trig. Just one more section from the forest, so a little sort of rocky, kind of sandy almost path, and a fern covered forest floor. Pretty thick forest actually. Couldn't walk through it if you're off the path. It's really dense, but yeah, it's cool. It's really nice woodland actually. So I reckon in about 10-15 minutes we'll break out of this and get up onto the sort of open hilltop. So finally got the open hillside to my left, and we dipped down a tiny bit but going back up again. And there's a sort of heathland, I'd describe it there, like an open heathland with some really impressive and beautiful looking trees. So still on the track, bring you back in a minute when the views open up. Some sea views from the heathland. I thought that was a CEN bench, so we went to check it out, but it was a non-CEN bench. So I'm not sure if the trig's down here or if we carry on along this path, but already big views of Cardiff. I think it's going to be a good view from the top. Right, see you in a minute. So this here says private land, no public access or right of way, but the map suggests that the trig is along this little path that goes adjacent to the public footpath. And I know from looking at images on Google that the trig is where that, like, what I assume is a weather station. So we're going to carry on along this one. Doesn't look like there's anyone to tell us to get off here, but go and have a look in a minute and see what the situation is. So a big panorama of Cardiff and over towards Somerset and the sea views. It's really good. It's literally like, imagine it, this would be really good at night actually, see all the city lights lit up. Oh, really good. So the trig's just there. Last little bit. There you go. Trig marks what certainly looks to be the highest point actually. Yeah, little weather station. Really good. Nice views. So what we're going to do is I'll just get a little bit of a zoom image, and then I'm going to return, hop over there and return that way to just see if there's any views on the opposite side. So, assuming that's the sort of St Mellons area, then the Holm Islands, and what else have we got? Cardiff Bay down there, and that's the kind of main centre, I think. Can I see the Millennium Stadium? Yeah, there. Zoom's not great, but it's just there. And to top things off, the Heath Hospital. I can't say anything about it specifically because I could get into quite a lot of trouble, but let's just say I've got quite a lot of PTSD from working in that place. Where I work now is literally heaven in comparison to that. So yeah, that's a story for anyone who ever meets me in person. But yeah, that's all I'll say about it. That's actually the reason why I don't like Cardiff. It's not necessarily to do with the city, so I don't know, maybe in a few years I might change my mind on it, but yeah, when I moved away from here it was a really, really good positive life move. But I think as far as capital cities go, I think it's one of the better ones probably. I've just got a personal problem with it. So a few views on the other side. You can see as far now as Pen y Fan and Cribin. Probably won't see it on the camera. I think that might be Mynyddig y Grug from Caerphilly, might be wrong. Over towards Cwmcarn, and then Macon there, that's Macon, and Tumbarlam right in the distance. So yeah, nice views from the opposite side as well. They're just going down the same way we came. Nice view at the top, it was enjoyable. The wind has all dropped now, it's very pleasant temperature, so that was a nice quick walk for at the end of the day. Another one on the miners list done, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully very soon for some walking in the Brecon Beacons. So I look forward to that. I'll see you soon. Back at the car now, so just quickly, we had a sort of elevated discussion today with my wife about the oranges in the house. So there's old oranges, which I said have now become dried out and inedible. And Sainsbury's delivery came today with nice fresh oranges. So I lost the battle and had to take one of the old oranges, and just to confirm, it is completely dried out and inedible and horrible. And I tell you what I knew this was right, and what annoys me is that I'd try one at home, because then I can just go over to the fruit bowl and get another one if that one is inedible. But up on the hill, I can't do that. So I should, when I go out tomorrow, I'm definitely taking one of the normal oranges.